Hey, how you doing everybody? My name is CherryBoy and welcome back to Ascendant Heart. And first, let me just say, I'm sorry this taking me so long to get back into it. Anyway, let's get right back into it. Alright, we're gonna talk to Shiori, because we're gonna go on her route first, and then the other two. Let's go. Talk to Shiori. I walk over to Shiori. Everything alright? Everything's fine. Okay then. Okay. She continues to pace, and I try to think of something to say to break the awkward silence. We sure have come a long way from those first few quests we took on together. Yeah, it's hard to believe. She abruptly stops pacing and turns to me. You know I'm not a traitor, right? What? I thought we got past this a long time ago. If anyone else heard about this, they'd expect me to change sides right about now. If you got this far without the traitor revealing herself, surely she'll betray you in the final battle. No one would trust me. I'd be on my own. With a frustrated sigh, I put my hand on her shoulder. Even with everything I've learned about this world, I see no reason to think you're a traitor. So then, I trust you. Thank you. She takes a deep breath. Alright, I'm ready for this. I'm not sure if that's the voice, but sorry. Okay, we all spent a few more minutes in silence gathering our thoughts. Finally, we're ready to go. Great. Our party heads deeper into the castle to finally learn what awaits us and who is behind the attacks on Lightshire. Alright, oh, this is the King Throne, no, totally a villain. At last, we reach what appears to be the castle's throne room. It's in better shape than the rest of the castle, and largely free of dust. Someone has been using it. I half expect to see an evil king on the throne, but it's empty. Silence hangs over the room, unless it's really microly small. Are we alone? I don't know. I feel like I'm being watched. Everyone stay alert. We slowly walk forward. As we approach the throne, the doors behind us slam shut. What the? Aiko gasps and runs back. She pushes on each door without success and shakes her head. They're locked. Of course they're locked. I don't know what these supposed to sound like. Oh, it's you. Oh, it's her. Of course it's locked. I jump. Of course it's locked. I jump. The soft voice comes from the front of the throne room. A slender figure steps out from behind the throne. That's the sister of the headmaster! Did you think I'd give you a chance to escape? Who are you? The girl ignores Shisei's question and looks at me instead. So it really is you. Hello again. Hi, Hayato, you know this girl? I open my mouth to say no, but pause. Something about her tugs at my thoughts. I meet the stranger's piercing gaze and take a step back. I do know her. We've met before. The memory floods back and I clutch my head. Whoa, CG! CG, how do I get CGs again? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, good CG. Wow, she looks beautiful, but she's a villain. You seem unhappy. Who are you? How did you get here? Are you lonely? I want to be your friend. Won't you be my friend? Who are you? I come from another world. It's alright, I know how you feel, and I'm lonely too. Another world? You expect me to believe that? It doesn't matter if you believe it now. If you want to go with me, tell me. I will summon you to my world. Why would you do that? I told you, I'm lonely. I don't have any friends. Why not? Because people are cruel. They judge what they don't understand and cast people out for their differences. Yeah, you've got that right. Then you do understand. I can tell you're different. You will be my friend and I will be yours. Please? Oh, come on. Things like this don't happen in the real world. If you want to be friends, I guess we could try. But all that stuff about going to another world, it's not possible. If it was possible, would you do it? What does it matter? If I'm lying, nothing will happen when I summon you. But if I'm telling the truth, you'll come to another world. What do you have to lose? Fine, sure. Take me to another world. Oh, I'm so glad. I'll see you soon, my friend. And that's what we got here. I stare at the girl in shock. You came to my world. You asked if I wanted to come here. So you remember me now. Huh? You brought Hayato to our world? Again, the girl ignores everyone but me. I was so happy to finally have a friend. But when I summoned you, something went wrong. You never came. It was the first time I ever tried to summon someone from another world, so I thought I failed. When I heard your description from my dark wolves, I couldn't believe it. This castle is the same distance away from Lightshire that Highwater is. This castle is the same distance away from Lightshire that Highwater is. Sorry, I got the voice messed up. What? By some weird twist of fate, she and High Cleric Ninsei must have cast their summoning spells at the same time. His spell caught you, and as each summons pulled on you, you were finally deposited right between the two. And then you turned against me. I don't understand. Why are you attacking Lightshire? Who are... The words catch in my throat, and I stare into her face. I've seen that face somewhere recently. More recently than our forgotten meeting in my world. Sorry for messing up. Ugh, the flashback. Yeah. No, it's not possible. But the face is the same. You're Mira. You're Mira, aren't you? Yes, that is my name. You're the Guildmaster's sister. What? No, that was Shiori. What? I'm surprised you've heard of me. I shake my head, hardly able to believe that even though I was the first to recognize her, the Guildmaster said his sister died in the first attack. Sorry. The Guildmaster said his sister died in the first attack. Was he lying? His story was made up to stop suspecting him. His story was made up to stop suspecting us after all. No, that can't be it. He seemed so motivated, spurred on by thoughts of revenge. When we left Lightshire, he was trying to fight alongside everyone else. He couldn't have faked all that. The Guildmaster's sister? Yes, now I see. I thought your face looked familiar, but I didn't know why. But if you're a sister, why are you attacking Lightshire? The Guildmaster loves that town. All the more reason for me to attack it. The vehemence in her voice makes me take another step back. This doesn't make any sense. Why is she alive? The Guildmaster said. Then I stopped myself. He might believe she died, but that's not exactly what he said.
The first time the Dark Wolves came, no one knew what was happening. They came out of nowhere, an entire pack, and attacked Lightshire. When they finally left, the townspeople were relieved to report no casualties, except for one girl who disappeared.
Sorry, that was wrong voice. When the Dark Wolves attacked for the first time all those years ago, Mira vanished. The Guildmaster asked people to form a search party, but they wouldn't listen. They told him she must be dead, and he devoted himself to avenging her. But if Mira commands the Dark Wolves, have you been responsible for all the attacks, even the very first one? Does it matter? Tell me. I see what you're thinking. She was a victim of the first attack. Perhaps not a victim at all, after all. Despite the sinister name humans gave them, Dark Wolves have always been content to live alongside people in harmony. They would never have thought to attack Lightshire on their own. So she ordered the first attack. I think though I think through what must have happened next, from everything we've seen, her Ascendant magic is extremely powerful. She can communicate with monsters to a degree no one else is capable of today. She orchestrated her own disappearance, she made mistakes in her instructions? Okay. What could it be? She got her disappearance? She made a mistake? Oh jeez, that sounds like an option. I don't know, she made a mistake? But she's here, so... Maybe she made a mistake in her instructions? But something must have gone wrong that day. So the Dark Wolves misunderstood your instructions about the first attack and captured you? Even as I say it, I realize it doesn't feel right. Mira shakes her head. Okay, the wrong one. Hold up, BRB, fam. Yep, I want the right one. She orchestrated her own disappearance. You either ran away during the attack, or told the Dark Wolves to take you away, didn't you? Told them? Just like a human to assume I give them orders. You're human too. Sometimes I wish I wasn't. All of my friends are monsters, and as my friends, they agreed to fake an attack and take me away. But why? Why do you care? You don't seem like a bad person to me. Ha! Not a bad person. I don't think I go that far. The Dark Wolves kill people on her orders. Yes, I made that clear to them. But why would you hurt people like that? It's better than the pathetic wretches in Lightshire deserve. Bitterness and It's better than the pathetic wretches in Lightshire. Lightshire does it. Sorry, okay, I'm messing up. It's better than the pathetic wretches in Lightshire deserve. Bitterness and anger coursed through every word. She didn't make this decision lightly. Something happened to make her hate Lightshire, even though it's her own hometown and the place where her brother still lives. What did they do to you to make you want to destroy them? Mira glances at her briefly, but then returns her gaze to me. I'll let the traitor answer. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. Traitor? Every party needs a traitor, doesn't it? But what makes me a traitor? You need to ask. You said you would come into my world to be my friend, but here you are fighting against me. When I met her in my world, I didn't know anything about what she was up to. She greeted me with, I'm lonely, and I'm also trying to destroy a small town with a pack of mysterious monstrous wolves. My response to her would have been much different. What you're doing is wrong. Besides, even if I didn't care about that, I had amnesia when I woke up in Lightshire. Until I saw you just now, I didn't remember meeting you. Amnesia? How cliché. What does that have to do with anything? It's not like I lost my memories on purpose. Is that really the best excuse you can come up with? He's telling the truth. He knew he was from another world, but that's it. But why are we telling you this? Stop the attacks, or we'll stop you. He actually had amnesia? But why? She ignores the rest of Shiori's comment as if she didn't hear it. I suspect the dual summons is to blame. With 2 spells pulling on him in each direction, they must have scrambled his brains. There's a comforting thought. Fine. So you didn't betray me. I'll give you another chance. To join her crusade against Lightshire? No, thank you. Why do you think I want to destroy them? I blink in surprise. How am I supposed to guess her motives? It's been bothering me ever since I realized who she is. Why would she attack her own town? Everyone looks at me. I can tell Chise is also trying to work through the question. Shiori looks too angry to care, and Aiko just seems unhappy. I rub my head and try to concentrate. Mira hates Lightshire. Why? What made her want to destroy it? And why did she fake her disappearance in the first place? I try to remember everything the Guildmaster told us about his sister. She wanted to help out her brother, tell her... Okay, geez, another option. Okay. Right, yes. She wanted to help her brother. No, I don't think that. They didn't accept her. It was just out of spite. They didn't accept her because... Yeah, probably that one. The Guildmaster said people considered his sister to be strange. They didn't like her, and that's why they didn't make more of her... Sorry, jeez, I'm sorry, okay. The Guildmaster said people considered his sister to be strange. They didn't like her, and that's why they didn't want to make more of an effort to search for her after her disappearance. It's because of the way the people of Lightshire treated you, isn't it? They didn't accept you. Did he tell you that? Yes. The whole town didn't like you, but why? As if that's unbelievable. She casts a dark look in Aiko's direction as she says it. And Aiko lowers her head. She must be thinking about their numerous arguments over Shiori being a supposed traitor. The way people treat Shiori might be similar to how they treated Mira. Sorry, that laughed a little. Sorry, okay. Now that we've met her, I bet I can guess the reason why. It's because of your Ascendant magic, isn't it? Mira meets my gaze for a moment, and then nods. Bravo, Hayato. I knew you were smart. Mira looks past us into the distance, as if she's trying to see the past instead of the present. When she speaks again, her voice is low and quiet. Long ago, many people had Ascendant magic. Now, it's all but forgotten. That's true. Dr. Takizawa was amazed even by the small amount of magic in the water of the sacred spring, and Takechi didn't understand his powers. There might not be anyone else in the world with power like Mira's. I didn't know my powers were unusual. How could I? To me, it was natural to talk to monsters. They were my friends, and I spent time with them. You can imagine how this looked to the people of Lightshire. Not good. She lets out a bitter laugh. To them, I was as good as a monster. I was as good as a monster myself. Was it really that bad? Other children weren't allowed to play with me. No one talked to me. Everyone did their best to avoid me, and they said things about me. I don't know why they let me here. Since they consider me a monster, maybe they thought I was too stupid to understand. What kind of things? Some claimed I was a channeling changeling. Oh, some claimed I was a changeling. A monster child switched at birth from my parents' real daughter. Others told stories about how I killed anyone who'd cross me. A few swore I would lead an army of monsters, and brave warriors would have to kill me. Another harsh laugh escapes her. I suppose that last one came true. So because they hated you, you decided to kill them all? No. I thought if I disappeared, they'd feel guilty for how they treated me, so I asked a few Dark Wolves to stage an attack on the town. During the attack, I faked my own disappearance and hid with my monster friends. I waited for the people of Lightshire to realize that the person they hated so much was just a little girl who might be gone forever. My heart sinks. The Guildmaster talked about how the battle's aftermath too. It didn't go the way Mira wanted it to. But they didn't. They were glad it was me instead of someone else. They were happy I was gone. That matches what the Guildmaster told us, about how no one would send out the search parties he wanted. Arguing with her about how the townspeople felt won't do any good. I hesitate and choose my words with care. They were wrong to treat you that way. Still, that doesn't mean you should make the Dark Wolves kill them. What would you have me do? Forgive and forget? Ha! Despite my attention to be careful, I've enraged her again. They don't deserve my forgiveness. If they want to treat me as a monster, then I'll be a monster. She points an accusing finger in my direction. I thought you would understand me, Hayato. You're an outsider. You don't hold the same prejudices these people have. More importantly, you know what it's like to be lonely. You know how terrible that feels. Why aren't you on my side? Mira. Before I can think of a new way to reason with her, she rounds on Chise. What about you? Your friend left you? Imagine an entire town making you an outcast. Our situations aren't the same at all. Your loneliness ate away at you inside, so you'd force yourself to become hard and cold, focused only on your mission. Can't you understand my pain? Quite honestly, I don't want to understand someone willing to wipe out a town for the sake of petty revenge. There. Excuse me. Then what your friend said about you is true. You really do care only about yourself. Chise flinches, but Aiko steps forward. I don't think that's it. It's not that we don't sympathize with you, but... You're as bad as she is, huh? You believe all the stories, don't you? My friends watched you. Once you started searching for me, they said you believe adventurers are bound by certain types of destiny. That whether someone lives or dies, or whether they're loyal or a traitor, depends on rules of fate. Well, I don't entirely know anyone anymore. Anymore, yeah. When you came to Lightshire, if you met a child who spent her free time with monsters, what would you have done? What would you have thought? Would you have become her friend? Aiko cringes. Of course you wouldn't. You'd have run away and left her all alone, too scared to take a chance on someone like that. This is ridiculous. Shiori sounds like she's... This is ridiculous! Shiori sounds like she's run out of patience entirely. You've got monsters about to kill everyone in town, and you're trying to take the moral high ground with us? Mira lifts her chin and glares at Shiori. You. I see it in your eyes. You can't wait to destroy me, hypocrite! You of all people should be on my side. Me? Yes, you, the powerful mage with a ruined village in her past. The girl no one wants to journey with because they've condemned you for something you couldn't help. You've seen their judgment firsthand. That doesn't mean I want them dead. All you've done is proven them right. What? I've had enough of this nonsense. She lifts her hands. We fought enough battles together that I can tell she's about ready to attack Mira with her magic. Try to reason with Mira. Attack. Okay, wait. Okay, yep. We need a reason. I step in between them. Wait a minute, Mira. Hayato! We don't have to fight. Have you changed your mind? You'll help me after all? No, but I want you to think about this. Things are changing. People know about Ascendant magic now. There's even a guy, Takechi, who recently discovered his powers. I bet he'd love to talk to you about it. After everything I told you, you want me to give up? Don't think of it that way. Think of it as finding a different solution to the problem. It won't change anything. Sure it will. A lot of people might feel the same way, but you'll have us or Takechi, and of course your brother. The last thing I want is my brother's company. What? But I've had enough of this. If you won't let me get my revenge, then I'll have to defeat you here. Oh my, the Dark Wolves. Watch out! Watch out! The Dark Wolves lunge forward while Mira retreats a few steps. Eek! Shiori launches a fireball at the monsters about to attack Aiko, and I fight the second one. How dare you come here and kill my friends! Don't act like we're the bad guys here. Come, my friends, avenge your fallen companions and protect me! Oh boy, there's more. Sorry if I overloaded the mic. More dark wolves run into the room. I use the skills I learned from leveling up to protect the others. I haven't had as much experience as I would have liked, but it works perfectly. As I take hits, Aiko heals me. We're a team now. A true party of adventurers. No one can stop us. Sorry. Still, I feel a twinge of regret as we fight. If the dark wolves are trying to kill us, they won't respond when we defeat them either. Before I consider them mindless monsters, but it's a little more complicated than that. They're fighting us for Mira's sake. She's the one we need to stop. We can fight all the dark wolves in the world, but that won't be as effective as simply stopping their mastermind. They might still attack us out of revenge, but the directed attacks on Lightshire will stop. Sorry. Someone needs to reach Mira! Someone needs to reach Mira! Sorry. Shiori nods and sends a stream of ice toward her, but it strikes an invisible barrier around her and falls harmlessly to the ground. What was that? She must have some sort of shield up. Remember how skillfully she handled summoning magic? We have more to worry about than Ascendancy alone. Gah! What can we do? Someone needs to get close enough to attack her physically. It probably should be Hayato. Me? Chise's right. You have the highest defense of any of us. We can keep the dark wolves off your back, but you'll have the best chance of reaching her without being injured. Alright. Be careful! Be careful! Be careful! I will be. Sword in hand, I run forward past the dark wolves. A few turn to chase me, but Chise lunges forward and stops them. As I make my way toward Mira, Shiori and Aiko attack with magic to keep most of the dark wolves away from me. Stop it! Mira! Listen to us! Now she looks less like a dangerous enemy, and more like the lonely girl she seemed to be when we first met. Every time the dark wolves relent, Shiori tries to attack her directly, keeping up her shield, giving instructions to the dark wolves, and staying away from me takes its toll on Mira. At last I reach her. A few of the dark wolves start toward us, but she lifts her hand. No! No! Keep attacking the others! No! Keep attacking the others! No! Keep attacking the others! Then she looks at me. What now? What now? Are you going to kill me? I don't want to. Ha! Ha! But you will. Why does it have to be this way? Can't you set aside your revenge? Again with this? Just listen to me. Even if you can't forgive the townspeople, for your brother's sake, you should. No, but you at least owe it to him to. I don't owe my brother anything. The vehemence in her voice makes me take a step back. Something is wrong here. Is there a reason why you're angry with him? A reason? He never loved me either. Oh, he took care of me, but when I disappeared, even he didn't look for me. He didn't know how to fight. He asked people to form search parties. And when they refused, he was so sad over his dead sister that he immediately started organizing adventurers into a guild. He didn't even take time to mourn. No. Now that he no longer had a troublesome little sister holding him back, he went to every city in town, presenting his ideas and consolidating power until he set up an entire adventuring system with himself at the head. Wait, that's what this is about? She had no idea what the Guildmaster's true motivations were. He did all of that for you! What? What? Your brother couldn't look for you on his own, so he created a system that would give adventurers incentives for completing quests. Since the Dark Wolf seemed unstoppable, he at least wanted a fighting force that could protect Lightshire and get revenge. Revenge? Because of me? Don't be absurd! It's the truth! She glares at me for a moment longer, then waves her hand at the attacking Dark Wolves. Fall back for now. The monsters stop their assault against Shiori, Aiko, and Chise, and slink to the corners of the throne room. They watch us all with unblinking stares. Mira turns back to me. I think you're lying. My brother benefited from my disappearance, and from the system he set up as Guildmaster. As Guildmaster. At first, we thought that way too. We thought he might be responsible for the attacks, since he seemed like he benefited. But when we confronted him, he told us about his personal vendetta against the Dark Wolves. Stop! I don't believe you! He wouldn't try to avenge me! I was a burden to him! Actually, he called you the light in his darkness. What? If you hate the people of Lightshire, that's one thing. But the Guildmaster loved you. She shakes her head and stares somewhere past me. I never planned to attack the town like this. But even my brother didn't care to look for me. I couldn't take it anymore. All I wanted was to make them all suffer. Especially him. If what you're saying is true. Tears fill her eyes and choke up her voice. All the things I've done. It was all for nothing. Slowly, slowly the other three approach us. The Dark Wolves watch, but without a signal from Mira, they won't do anything. What am I going to do now? Please don't send the Dark Wolves to attack Lightshire anymore. No, I suppose I shouldn't. A slightly hysterical laugh escapes her. They'll stay here with me, forever and ever. What else is there for me? Nothing. You don't have to stay here alone. You could go back. Go back? What could I possibly say? Would I tell my brother it was all a misunderstanding? A misunderstanding? Even if he did hate you, it wouldn't be enough to justify what you did. Calm down, Shiori. No! After everything she did to Lightshire and all the lives she destroyed, we can't pretend it never happened. Of course not. Yet there is such a thing as repentance. That's right. That's right. Well, I guess as long as she sincerely tried to atone. Mira stares at them with a disbelieving, almost amazed expression on her face. Repentance? Do you really think that repentance and atonement are possible for someone like me? I hurt a lot of people. Throughout the story quests that make up our world's history, some of the most notable heroes were villains who atoned. And you think I'm one of them? Would anyone believe that? None of that matters. What really matters is how you feel. If you want to repent, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks of you. If you stay here, sorry. If you stay here, you'll just be sad. Hasn't there been any enough? Sorry, jeez. If you stay here, you'll. Sorry. Okay. If you stay here, you'll just be sad. Hasn't there been enough sadness already? But I know your brother will be happy to see you again. At least to know you're still alive. But won't it be the same as it was before? Before, most people will hate me, not because of what I did, but because of what I am. People are learning about Ascendant magic again. You'll have friends. Friends. When you came to my world, you thought I would make you happy. If having one human friend here in the castle is enough, why not have multiple friends in town? Or in Highwater, or anywhere else you decide to live. And you don't have to give up your monster friends either. Sorry. And you don't have to give up your monster friends either. Maybe you could even help Dr. Takizawa. Dr. Takizawa? Dr. Takizawa? The mad scientist? Even you think he's mad? Even you think he's mad? Her visible frustration makes Aiko burst out laughing. The tension breaks. Even Mira laughs. Although I wonder what she'll make of Dr. Takizawa when they finally meet. I have no doubt that Shiori is right. He'll find Mira absolutely fascinating. Well, what do you say? That was both of them laughing. Sorry. Alright. I'll come with you to Lightshire. Great! When we finally fly back to Lightshire, it's a much different scene from when we left. Everything is peaceful, with no signs of attacking monsters or desperate adventurers. A few people look up as we pass, but if they realize we had something to do with it, they don't comment on it. I look around for any of our allies, but they're nowhere to be seen. We should check the town hall. The town hall is crowded. Dozens of adventurers are turning in quests. Some of the side quests that became available a few days ago, and other quests are for defending the town against the attack. Nice. Did these people really use my attack as an opportunity? Did these people really use my attack as an opportunity to earn money and items? Maybe the guildmaster wants to reward them for doing a good job. Reward. Why did I agree to come back here? I finally spot the guildmaster across the room with Dr. Takizawa and High Cleric Ninsei. Just as he noticed us, he takes a calm step forward, but then his eyes widen and he nearly knocks people down in his haste to reach us.
It can't be! It can't be!
Hello, brother.
Mira, you're alive!
He dashes forward and hugs his startled sister before turning to us.
You've done more than I could have ever expected. You not only stopped the Dark Wolves, you also saved Mira! I don't know how to thank you.
You don't have to. We did what we thought was right.
Since the Dark Wolves retreated, I assume the attacks are over, yes? You found the person responsible? Who was it? What did they want?
I meet Mira's gaze and she shakes her head. I'll tell him. Okay.
Why don't you want Hayato and the others to tell me?
I want to talk to you about it in private.
But... oh well. If that's what you want, then that's fine. I'm just so happy you're alive. You're alive.
Sorry. Thank you, and I'm sorry.
For what?
For doubting you, and other things.
I don't understand.
We'll talk about it later.
Alright.
He doesn't seem bothered by the lack of information. He seems downright giddy to see his sister again. I wonder how he'll take it when he learns the truth. Hope they really do learn to understand each other. Dr. Takizawa and Ninsei hung back at first, probably to let him reunite with Mira alone. Now they join us as well. By the way, I haven't seen Takechi and Kasumi yet. Where are they?
They're still in town. I believe they're buying supplies.
Supplies? For the celebration, my dear! For the celebration, my dear! You didn't think we let you people save the town and not thank you with the celebration, did you? The thought of a party never even occurred to me. I think I'll join them. Please excuse me. I think I'll join them. Please excuse me. She hurries out of the town hall.
Before you leave as well, Hayato, may I have a word with you? Before you leave as well, Hayato, may I have a word with you?
Sorry if the voice is wrong. Me? Sure, alright.
If you need me, I'll be at the inn. Now that I survived our quest, I need to start honing my double duo skills.
Doesn't she do that constantly anyway? As she leaves, Shiori stretches.
Well, unless you need me for the conversation, I think I'll take a walk. Thank the gods for our success. Seeing how things look outside the town, I'll be around.
As they leave, I look at Ninsei. What did you want to talk to me about?
Dr. Takizawa and I have been discussing the situation, and we think that between the power of the gods, magic and science...
Mostly science, mind you.
Yes, well...
Don't think it's sacrilegious. The gods invented science.
I'm aware that...
Science!
Are you through?
Possibly.
As I was saying, we think we'll be able to create a portal to send you back to your own world. To your own world. His words slam into me. My own world? My own world? I can go back? I knew this might come up, but I didn't expect it to be this soon. What am I going to do? I haven't had time to think this over. My thoughts feel scrambled after the confrontation with Mira. I can't focus. You don't have to decide right away. Think it over. If you decide to return home, we can get you there. However, I'm not sure you'll ever be able to return. We'll still need to look at a few things before we know for sure. Oh. So don't make any hasty decisions, my boy! Also, if there is any unfinished business you have to attend to, I'd suggest you take care of it. For example... He coughs and appears faintly embarrassed. You've become quite close to your party members. I assume if you have particularly strong feelings for one of them, well, if someone is very special to you, this is the sort of decision you should discuss with them. Right. Anyway, we just wanted to let you know. Thank you. They walk back to the other side of the room, and I rub my head. Going home? Possibly leaving this world behind forever? This is all happening a little too fast. I look up again and see that Mira and the Guildmaster have started talking to Ninsei, Dr. Takizawa. To my surprise, Mira seems to be having an animated conversation with the scientist. Maybe those two will get along well after all. However, I might not be here to see it. Well, I can figure that out later. Once I've thought everything over. For now, I should take Ninsei's advice. This isn't the time to keep my feelings to myself. Okay, I've made amazing friends here. Alrighty then. I think I'm in love with Shiori. I think I'm in love with Aiko. I think I'm in love with Chise. I've made amazing friends here. Alright, let's just go for Shiori right now. I think I'm in love with Shiori. At first, we didn't get along very well, but things have changed so much since then. Without her, I would have been lost, and she proved to be a strong ally and a loyal friend. If I've come to think of her as more than a friend, I need to tell her. She said she'd be around, which doesn't give me much to go on. Still, Lightshire is a small town. I should be able to find her. Alright. There's no sign of her here. She mentioned thanking the gods, but when I peek in through the church doors, it's also empty. She also said something about checking to see how things looked outside the town. Looks like that will be my next stop. Shiori? A nearby whammer explodes in a burst of fire. Yep, that's her. Hayato? All the battling we did earlier wasn't enough for you? I'm restless. I keep thinking about what Mira said, about how we aren't so different.
I might know what she went through better than anyone else did, and like her, I'm not so sure it will change.
It isn't easy for people to change their minds.
You said it.
She shakes her head.
Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come out here to listen to me ramble. What's up?
I need to talk to you about something important.
Oh, does this have to do with your conversation with High Cleric Ninsei and Dr. Takizawa? Dr. Takizawa?
Sort of. They think they might be able to send me home.
Are you going to do it?
I don't know yet.
I guess you came to get my... I guess you came to get my opinion? Well, I can't tell you what to do. If you'll be happier in your own world, then you should do it. If not, you should stay here. It's your decision to make.
Do you know what I'd miss most if I... Oh, this is it. This is where we be smooth our moves. Do you know what I'd miss most if I left? Do you know what I'd miss most if I left?
Don't tell me it's that goofy card game Michael likes.
No.
What then?
You. I've been thinking things over, and I think I've fallen. Sorry. Oh my god. I think I've fallen in love with you.
You love me?
I've never seen Shiori look and sound so embarrassed before. My heart pounds as I wait for her to say something else. Ba-dum, doki doki.
I feel like a total sap for saying something like this, but I might feel something like that for you too.
You do? You do? Really?
I said might!
For a moment, I'm afraid she might hit me in the head with a fireball, but then she laughs and relaxes.
I just got used to having friends again. I like you a lot, but how can I tell if it's love or not?
I don't know. I'm not exactly an expert.
Well, when in doubt, do what Dr. Takizawa would do.
Oh, wait, what? I'm not sure I like the sound of that.
Apply the scientific method and experiment. Kiss me.
What?
You're not into kissing? You're not into kissing?
That's not what I meant.
Then go on, kiss me.
Oh, we got the CG! Oh yeah, we did it, man! Yeah, my hand is right there. That's what I look like this whole time. Cool. Awesome. That's great CG. I love it. A little nervous, I step closer to Shiori and put my arms around her. I lean close and gently kiss her on the lips.
That wasn't very passionate. Despite the admonishment, her voice... that wasn't very passionate.
Despite this admonishment, her voice is soft. Her lips are still millimeters away from mine, and I feel her breath with every word. Should I be passionate if we're experimenting?
Haven't you ever listened to Dr. Takizawa about science? He's full of passion.
I'd rather not think about Dr. Takizawa while kissing you.
What would you rather think about?
You.
Then let's try this again.
I push away my worries. We're out in the field with an audience of whammers. Shiori isn't sure if she returns my feelings. We can't have a relationship if we live in separate worlds and concentrate only on her. All the tension of the past few weeks wells up in me, and this time I kiss her firmly. I kiss her firmly, fiercely, with all the emotion of knowing I might go home and never see her again. Shiori returns my kiss with the passion I'd expect from someone who can obliterate a field of monsters with a wave of her hand. The moment stretches on forever, but when it ends, it feels far too soon.
Phew, I still don't know if I love you, but I certainly like kissing you.
Shiori!
She laughs. I want to give it a try. You truly changed my life, Haito, and I'd be lost without you. Let's see if the suspected traitor and the hero from another world belong together.
All right. She reaches out and I take her hand. We slowly walk back toward Lightshire together. Do you remember when we picked blueberries together? We should do that again sometime. Not for a quest, just for us.
I'd like that.
She's quiet for a long while. When she speaks again, there's an unusual note in her voice.
Do they have blueberries in your world?
Of course.
What about science?
It's not quite like Dr. Takizawa's form of science, but there are plenty of scientists.
That's good to hear.
Why?
If you decide to return to your world, if you decide to return to your world, I'll go with you.
Her statement makes me reel back, stunned. You will?
I've thought a lot about leaving Lightshire, and what greater adventure could there be than visiting another world? I've thought about trying to find the person who destroyed my village, but after seeing Mira, I don't want to be consumed by revenge like she was. Besides, I'd miss a lot of things if I leave, but I'll miss you more if you leave without me.
Speechless, all I can do is squeeze her hand in mine. I was lucky to meet someone as wonderful as Shiori. No matter what I decide, I'll have her by my side.
As we walk back to town together, that makes the coming decision feel a lot less terrifying. Everyone comes for the celebration the next day. There's a festive mood in the air, although by now everyone close to me knows about the decision I'll have to make. The Whammers. Even Mira celebrates, although she keeps herself slightly apart from the townspeople. A few Whammers seem to have snuck in, harmlessly enjoying the party with everyone else, and I wonder if she invited them.
Ah, there you are, Hayato.
Your Holiness? His sudden arrival Your Holiness. His sudden arrival startles me. I didn't think I'd have to make my choice so soon. He could be here to celebrate, but the purposeful way he walks toward me suggests otherwise.
I have good news.
What is it?
When Dr. Tagizawa and I worked out the details of sending you back to your own world, there was one factor we didn't take into account. A resentful yet atoning factor determined to do better.
At first I stare at him. What does that even mean? Then I look over to where Mira stands by the guildmaster. Ninsei follows my gaze and smiles.
That's right. Mira's knowledge of summoning magic is far greater than mine. With her help, we're certain we can facilitate trips to and from your world.
You mean?
Yes, it will no longer be a one-way journey. I don't encourage heavy traffic between our worlds, but as long as we can set up a safe location in each world for you to travel from, you should be able to visit as often as you wish.
That changes things. I don't have to give up my world or this one. I can return home and visit here, or live here and still visit home. The shadow of doubt hanging over my heart ever since he presented me with the choice lifts. It doesn't need to be a hard choice. No matter which I pick, I can always go back. Thank you.
It is Mira who you should thank.
As if she heard her name, even from across the square, Mira leaves her brother and joins us. Talking about me? He says I'll be able to travel back and forth between this world and mine now, thanks to your summoning magic. Oh, yes. Thank you. It's no big deal. It is to me. It's more than I could have hoped for. It's a miracle. Consider it step one of my redemption, then.
Now, since we've made so much progress, we actually have everything all set up. Whenever you'd like to travel to your world, just let us know.
I can travel between worlds at will. Think of it as if we were still open. Think of it as if we'll open a door for you to pass through, close behind you, and open it again when you wish to return. She pauses. And if you wish to bring others with you in either direction, that is also possible. He doesn't seem entirely pleased with the possibility. I suppose it carries the risk that two worlds will learn of each other. Beyond the handful of us who already know, and change things forever. Indeed. I'd only considered it in terms of myself before, but this is a major deal. However, I don't see it as a bad thing. Two worlds existing alongside each other in isolation, entirely cut off from each other? No. It's better this way. A bridge between the worlds opens so many possibilities. My nervousness over the decision has driven me to avoid my friends for much of the celebration, but now I need to share the good news. Excuse me. There's someone I need to talk to. I find Shiori near the fountain. Alright. Sorry. I find Shiori near the fountain, arguing with Dr. Tagizawa, of course. That hypothesis doesn't make any sense at all.
Bah! After all this time, you still understand so little about science, my child!
I'm not the one who doesn't understand. You're the... They both look up as I approach. Hayato! Am I interrupting? No, but you're welcome to join our scientific debate.
As if this one understands the glory of science!
I'll pass on the debate. I just wanted to share the good news. Good news? Thanks to Mira, it won't be a one-way trip to my world. We'll be able to go back and forth as often as we want. Really? That's great!
That is the power of science!
I'm not sure Mira's methods qualify as science, but then again, I'm not sure Dr. Takizawa's methods are technically science either. I ignore it. So if you still want to see my world, I mean, it's not as big of a decision now, but we don't need to decide right away if we're staying or leaving. I like that. She steps closer to me. I'm looking forward to seeing your home.
So much sentimentality. I'm getting out of here.
He's out. He throws his hands in the air and walks away, shaking his head the entire time, and Shiori bursts out laughing. I guess Dr. Tagizawa isn't much of a romantic. Are you? Science and sentiment both have a place. Let's take the celebration somewhere private, and you'll see just how romantic I can be. I smile and put my arms around her. I like that idea. It could have been terrifying to wake up in a new world.
The Dark Wolves could have killed me, or I could have been as lonely here as I was at home, or I could have been forced to leave behind an entire world. Instead, coming here turned out to be one of the best things that ever happened to me. In an odd way, I have Mira to thank for everything. She summoned me here, her threat united me with Shiori, Aiko, and Chisei, and she made it possible to travel between worlds. She did a lot of terrible things, but I can't hate her. Part of me will always feel grateful to Mira. Mira, and her Ascendant heart. Oh, good. And then it ends. Okay, credits. What's credits? Oh, these are credits. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that's it? Only 4 people? Cool. Wraith Seeker as the developer, Samantha Lionheart as the writer, Tai Chu Chow as the artist, and Mondinator as the composer. Awesome, and all these backgrounds. Ooh, Drake. Awesome. I knew Drake loved anime. Okay, cool. Awesome. We did it, fam. We beat the game. Look at all the CGs. Look at that. Yeah. Memory down that trip down memory lane now. Ah, yes. Our first quest was Shiori. And we're in the church with Shiori. When we fell on Shiori. When the town was attacked. And Shiori was there. We were investigating. When Aiko wanted to join the crew. When Aiko showed us her scar in her thickness. When we met Dr. Takizawa. An awesome character. And when we went to the hot springs. And when we were doing the, what's it called? I don't know what's it called, that game, Scramble or whatever. Like right hand blue, like that thing. Oh, missing some CGs, you know? And then Mira right there in the flashback. And Chisei wanting to give birth to my babies. And me and Shiori fishing. And Shiori and her lust overcoming her. And the magic summoning circle. And the airship, when we got the epic airship. And then here, back in our world, when we met Mira. That's really good. See, these are all great CGs. And then when they had to use their thickness to defeat the evil. And then our kiss with Aiko. No, sorry, Shiori. Messed that up. Sorry, I was thinking about Aiko here. And a kiss with Shiori. Alright, we did it, fam. We beat Ascendant Hearts after so long. We finally did it. I'm sorry it took so long. But thank you so much for watching, everybody. Tell me what you thought of the game. I enjoyed it. It was pretty fun. It was good ep. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like below. If there's any other games you would like me to play, please comment down below as well. If you like this, would like to see more, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bells. That would be epically appreciated of you. And as always, my name is CherryBoy. My goal in life is to make you smile. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye. See ya. Also, I'm sorry that if I messed up a couple parts, you know, I'm sorry about that. Real sorry. Sorry. Bye. See ya.